Hey there, it's Corey Michael Sanchez here. I'm one of the founders of Mojo Global. I'm here in London, actually, and that's where Henry Smith is as well. We are doing this quick interview because Henry let us know, let my team know that he's doing really well with the software and he's really loving it. So I want to bring him on, tell a little bit of case study of what he's doing, because I always find it helpful for other people, our clients and other people to learn from people that are doing it, taking action, taking the steps, and having great success with it. So I'm joined here with Henry Smith. His business is called Quantum Leap Marketing. I love the title, QLM. And Henry, so thanks for joining us here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to speak. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So tell us a little bit more about your story. How did you discover Mojo and what we were doing on LinkedIn, or how did you get tapped into us?
Well, it started, I think, around 2015 when I was on a webinar. I was on a webinar where you presented, how to market using LinkedIn, how powerful LinkedIn is, and then you let us, know that there was a software available that can speed up uh, LinkedIn marketing, developing a network and so on. So I purchased that software, and I used at that time I really had zero connection, probably maybe two in my network at that time, one or two,
Hmm.
and so basically was starting from scratch. So I used the software diligently for about a year, I think, year or year 9 months, and I built my network to um, about 2,000. At that time, I was concentrating mostly on dentists and people in that field. So I built my network to about 2,000. I was very impressed because I'm not somebody who really likes to mess around and hang around on social media. I cannot stand it. I don't find it productive. And I'm certainly not going to start doing it. If I had to do that manually, and I know it can be done manually, but I'd have to connect with, they say 1 in 4 joins you back, but I probably have to connect with 8,000 people, communicate with 8,000 people to have achieved that. And that kind of, I detest manual labor. I wouldn't want to do that. So that software, what I love about software such as yours, is on autopilot. You switch it on, you just let it do its thing, and it does it, and you can go off doing whatever you want to do. So I use it, faithfully every day, and it built me a network of about 2,000, 2,000 dentists, and I got a few clients from there, and I was really impressed. And then I kind of moved on to other things, and I kind of left the LinkedIn scene, so to speak. I focused on other methods of generating leads, and but I always knew in the back of my mind I'm going to come back to LinkedIn. I kind of put it on the back burner, and then I focused on other things, got clients other ways, and so on and so forth. But then this year, 2019, I saw one of the things I must just say, the software was very good in terms of reliable. You know, sometimes you get software from some people and they don't update it, and if the particular company, maybe like platform, changes something, the software doesn't keep up, and then it's no longer working anymore. You guys always, even though LinkedIn was making changes, you were keeping up with the changes. So one thing I loved, and it built that trust and respect that you guys are on top of your game when it comes to not just putting the software out there, but maintaining it. So this year, 2019, I don't know, it was maybe February or March, I came across another webinar. It was promoted really nicely, and finding clients, how to find clients with money. And I said to myself, I bet you that's to do with LinkedIn. And so I decided to sign up and watch it, because I always like to watch webinars from time to time just to keep abreast of what's happening in the industry. And lo and behold, it was Corey, Michael Sanchez, and Ira. And I said, I know these guys. I know that what they're going to talk about, but I'm going to go anyway, and see what the latest, because obviously things must have changed a lot since I, put it on the back burner, you know. So I used it, went on the trainings. You had some great trainers. You had Gladys and Joyce and someone did some great trainings yourself as well on how to use the software. I always like to watch the trainings on. I hate reading manuals, but everything was video based, so that was great. And then I put it to work. It was slightly, the platform was slightly different. I had to get used to the new interface and everything. Put it to work, and this time I was focused on a completely new uh, niche this time. So I wanted to build that from scratch. And so I put it to work. And yes, I was on around 2000. When I first used the software back in 2015, I built it from 0 to 2,000 connections. And I was pretty proud of that. But that was in one particular niche. This time I wanted to build a completely new niche from scratch. And I must say, I just want to point out, I know I'm jumping from whatever to other. The last time it took me, 2000, it took me about a year or 9 months, I think, to build to around 2,000. I have done it this time. I've built another 2,000 of the new niche in about 60 days this time around. I think it's 60 days. 60 days. It's not
Wow.
60 days. I've built 2,000 of the new niche, and I'm not finished yet. So, naturally, because when we went through the training, they said the overnight appointments you should start if you already have a network. That's the low hanging fruit. Start, uh, sending the messages to them. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want my existing niche. I wanted clients from my new niche, which I wanted to build. So I just said I was going to concentrate on building. So I built solid for 60 days, got 2,000. But within that time, by the time I got an extra 100, 200 of this new niche, I started using the overnight appointment templates, and lo and behold, some leads appointments started coming in. I got a few appointments and I closed the sale. So I closed the sale.
Nice job.
It's like a $5,000, $6,000 deal, but it is an installmental payments, but it's a $6,000 deal. So you know it's more than paid for like 10 years basically of payments. So great return on investment. Again, rock solid software, very simple but powerful and effective and reliable. Great software. None of this cowboy software here today, gone tomorrow, not working, and can't get in touch with support. The support is great. The software is great. If there's something you don't understand, customer service. I already had the know, like, and trust from back when I used the software, so that wasn't even a factor. So it's great software. It generated 2,000 connections in just around 60 days. And like I said, the year's not over yet. We're still only in May. And then, I've got my first client and more on the way. More on the way because I've actually, yeah, the 2,000 that I've just reached, I've only really mailed, shall I say, mailed through the software about probably 500. So I've got 500 to now concentrate on mail. I know I'm going to get at least another 510 from their clients. So it's a no-brainer software, and if you follow the training and the templates, it works. It just plain works. Great, very simple software.
Love it.
So
nice.
love it.
That's fantastic. Henry, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing, and awesome. Kudos to you for keeping at it and doing the work, right? And putting in the effort. And so anybody that's looking at using the software, using Mojo, using LinkedIn, what would you say to them?
If you're serious about using LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a vast reservoir of potential business, and you need the tools. It's the tool. You need the tools. You can do it manually by hand if you want, but it's like digging with your hands as opposed to using a bulldozer. Would you rather use a bulldozer or a teaspoon to dig? So this is like a bulldozer. It just does the work. I set it and let it run in the background. It does the work on autopilot, and it just makes it makes everything, I would say, 10 times, even, I don't know, 50 times easier.
Love it.
It's the work you could do manually, but it just makes it, it's like you've got a team of 10, 20 people working in the background, and it's just one little software. So, and what you would have to pay that team if you actually had to get a team to do it manually full time. I mean, if you had to employ a one VA full time to do everything that does, you would have to pay them a couple of $1,000s a month.
Yeah.
So the price, it's a no-brainer. Anyone who wants to, you know, work with LinkedIn and get leads and prospects and sales from LinkedIn is a must-have tool. A
Love it.
must-have tool.
Love it.
There's no way two ways about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Henry. And you can, Henry Smith, look him up, QLM, on LinkedIn. And thanks for sharing, Henry. Appreciate that. Any last words before we wrap up this case study? And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and what you've done. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, what I would say to people is just be disciplined. But, and you do have to manage it, on a regular basis, but just use it consistently. The key is consistently. Don't just use it once a month or something. Use it consistently, and you will get results. And follow all the training, all the videos that they have in the training area. Just do exactly what they say. But the key word is consistently, because if you just have the software and you leave it on the back shelf, it's just going to collect rust, digital rust. So you have to use it. Buying the software is one thing. Using it is another. So using it on every day. My software is running right now. As I'm speaking, my software is running in the background. So even when I sleep, it's running. So it's there. It does take a snooze from time to time, but it's there. And so consistency is the key.
Love it. Well, there you have it. Henry Smith coming in from London. And appreciate having you on. And great case study. And keep at it. Because if you do, obviously, tried LinkedIn before, built up 2,000 connections, came back to us, built up another 2,000 connections, got a client for $6,000, does 90% of the work. So great shares. So thank you so much, Henry. And everybody out there, give it up for Henry. Thank you for sharing. And for those of you that are interested in LinkedIn or interested in growing your business and getting more leads, getting more clients, doing it with less effort, then just hit us up at Mojo Global and we'd be happy to help you out. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.